Hello, welcome to wait a minute, I messed that up. Hi, I'm Kym Zest. Whoa, this here is Pigeon, and Will is behind the computer running the show, and we are very tired. We'll try not to fall asleep. Welcome to Pajama Yin Yoga. For the two of you who are here, pretty sure I know who's behind the camera, so I think you know the drill here. I think you all know, if you are who I think you are, that we just got a cargo e-bike, and we've been riding it all over the place. It's awesome. Will rode it a whole bunch today and worked a long day. I have no excuse for why I'm tired, so we're gonna have a nice evening together with our Yin Yoga. Thank you for joining me. If you joined early, you know the drill. You can continue setting up or continue foam rolling. So gather your props, check the music, whatever you want. I've got my usual props. I've got soft, flexible props, the blankets, soft, thick props, the pillows, stiffer props, the foam roller and yoga blocks, and then anything else. So substitutions for these: books, towels, Tupperware, all sorts of things, and then any other exercise equipment, or just it might be gathering furniture or positioning yourself in a way that furniture or walls are accessible for you. So getting that all set up. I really like being able to provide this on YouTube because it keeps it free and super accessible to a lot of people, and anybody who needs it, anybody who needs to try this. Yet it's only possible for us to continue doing this if we get more support. So I know lots of people support this, but we're not quite there yet, and I'll talk about that at the end. Tonight we will begin with a short movement flow, followed by a seated meditation, and then 3 yin poses before final relaxation. You will always have the opportunity to substitute anything you want. That's the nice thing about this format, is I present these options for you, but you are always welcome to do a different exercise, a pose, a meditation. I can't watch you. Hopefully no one else is watching you, so you can really make this your own, make it what serves you best. And then between yin poses, there is transition time for movement or stillness of your choice. So this really is, I'm setting aside the time, but this is really your time to heal, restore, release, let go, and just have some time to hit the reset button. So during this hour, there's no right position or correct alignment because there's no force applied and no progression goal. It can look like whatever feels right for you. For each yin posture, I will demonstrate several different setups to feel lines of fascial tension. I will begin with minimal props and a simple setup, and then add variations and propping. While I demonstrate, that's your time to explore different positions, different propping. Even if you've done it a bazillion times before, it's good to take the time to try different things. You never know what might show up in your body today that wasn't there last week, which wasn't there last month. And then once I'm done with my demonstration, I will return to a seated position and watch the time for 2 to 3 minutes. The posture that you choose to stay in for that time should feel very safe so that you can release all effort and tension and experience quiet sensations. This is a passive practice. Yin Yoga is a practice of stillness, patience, and subtlety. Let's begin. So I am going to just slide some of these things out of the way for myself, using them in a little bit. Go. So I'm going to start lying on my side. And if you wanted to grab a pillow or something to support your head, sometimes that's a little more comfortable. Lying on my side, palms together, knees together. And then I'm going to, as if I'm drawing a bow, pull my shoulder back and bend my elbow,
And then rotate back. Keeping my knees together, I'm going to drive my elbow as far back as I can, getting a big twist in my upper spine. And some people can get their other shoulder to the ground or their upper arm or elbow to the ground. I cannot, but just as far as you can go, keeping your knees together and your hips stacked. And then we come back. Inhale here. Exhale into the twist. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Rotating at your own pace, connecting movement and breath. Taking another round or so. And then when you're done, we're gonna just roll onto your back. And then picking your feet up off the ground. We're gonna do a little rotation for the hips. Just a little break. We're not gonna add a breath flow here, just a little hip action. So flexing my feet, I'm gonna put the soles of my feet together and spread my knees as far as I can and bring my feet as much towards my face as I can. Knees pressing out, feet coming in. And then I'm gonna go the other direction. I'm gonna press my knees together and get the feet moving outwards towards the sides of the room. I can't go super far, but if you go even just an inch or so or further, wherever your body stops, it's okay if it's not symmetrical, but just moving those muscles in your hips. We're going to go other direction. Pressing the feet together, spreading the knees wide. And then just go ahead and move at your own pace, just nice and slow and controlled. Slow enough that you can really feel the muscles in your hips working to get to your biggest range. Breathing throughout can help to close your eyes so that you're not focused on the outward appearance. You just focus on the internal sensations in your hips, or it can help to keep your eyes open so that you can really be aware of where your body is in space. Connect with that movement, whatever works for you. And take another round or so. Wiggle it out when you're ready. And then we'll do the other side of the twist. So lying on your side. Knees together, palms together. And then I'm picking up the top arm, drive the shoulder back, and then the elbow, twisting through the upper spine, keeping the knees together. Then coming back, inhale neutral, exhale into the twist, driving that elbow back. Inhale center, exhale twist. Long, slow breaths. Move at your own pace on your own breath. I suggest lengthening those breaths as long as you can and moving slowly with that breath. Taking another round or two. Releasing.
Okay, so we're gonna get in position for our seated meditation. For our seated meditation, you just want to be as comfortable as possible in an upright position. So a chair is a great option. Sitting in a chair with your feet on the ground, tall upright spine. If you're choosing to be on the floor, you can have legs extended, legs crossed, legs folded back. Whichever you choose, sitting up on something, a towel, a pillow, a block, a footstool, is a great way to make it more accessible and more comfortable so that you can be more meditative. So I'm going to sit here on this block. And then supporting yourself so that you're not at your end range. So there's no sense of stretch. So things like extra pillows or just points of pressure where you're making contact with yourself or the ground. Giving yourself some padding. So having got yourself all set up for your meditation, you can have palms down, up, or clasped in your lap. Eyes closed or a soft, steady gaze on the floor in front of you. As you settle into this stillness, allow yourself to simply notice what you feel, where your body is, your mind, your digestion. Simply noticing what is there when you stop moving and doing. Now bring your awareness to your breath. Notice the sensation of air movement, its texture, its rhythm. Notice its effect everywhere in your body. Now imagine on an inhale, two beams of white light inhaling through both nostrils, meeting at your midbrain. Each inhale, two beams of white light through your nostrils converging at your midbrain. And then on the exhale, light travels down your spine, anchoring and rooting you. Inhaling beams of light through the nostrils, exhaling it down your spine. If your mind wanders or you feel the urge to fidget, just redirect your attention back to your breath. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Nod your chin towards your chest. And then reintroduce movement. Maybe move the shoulders, wrists, fingers. Any movement. Maybe you're ready to move your legs. Maybe you want to stand up. Oh, okay. So, for our first yin posture, I'm going to lie down on the ground on my back. Lying flat on the ground, I'm going to start by taking both legs and walking them off to one direction, in this case to my left. I'm going to go as far as is comfortable while keeping both hips firmly resting on the ground. And I should feel a little bit of tension, a little bit of gentle stretch from that right hip down on the right side of the leg and up on the right
rib. So starting from that hip, I might leave the legs parallel, or I might cross one ankle over the other. There's no right or wrong, whichever cross or uncrossed feels right for you. And then from here, I'm going to shimmy my shoulders over to the same direction that my feet went. We did this one a couple weeks ago, and the other time we did this, we started with shoulders instead of legs. So this is just a slightly different emphasis, more on the lower body than the upper. Once I shimmy the shoulders over, I'm going to take my right arm and sort of play with, oh, hi pigeon, play with that angle. And with the shoulder movement and arm movement, looking to feel that line extend from the right hip, right ribs, possibly into the right shoulder, and all the way up to the right hand. It doesn't matter if you don't feel it from right ankle to right hand, so much as that you do feel lines of stretch and not single points, and that it is gentle. So after making some adjustments, you might discover that there's too much pressure on your heels, or that you need a little support underneath the arm, or underneath your head, or underneath a knee, because you want to feel comfortable, that you can feel supported, so that you're not using any muscular effort to either push you in to the stretch or keep you from going too far. And in this case, most likely you're not going to go too far, other than possibly if the arm is floating in the air, that might not be stable enough, so you might need support there. But sometimes I even use furniture to just help me hold me in place, so that I'm not using any muscular effort to hold myself in the pose if I feel like I'm just sliding out. So making those adjustments, adjusting your head position, arm position, where you want support. And now, having had time to make those adjustments, settle into stillness. With each breath, see if you can release a little muscular holding. It might be in your pelvis, or it might be in your jaw. Sensations will change. Some sensations might fade. There's no need to chase them. New sensations might arise. Simply observe them.
Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. And then use this breath to help you gently come out very gradually, one piece at a time. And then you might choose to simply lie in a comfortable position, observe the effects. You might choose more active counter movement. And then when you're ready, setting up the other side. So starting with the legs, with legs just neutral and parallel, walking both legs off to the other direction, whichever side you didn't do first. In this case, I am walking my legs out to the right to get a stretch on the left hip. Again, just trying both straight and crossed. Try different kinds of crossed, taking a breath in each variation. And then shimmying the shoulders, playing with that arm, different angles of the shoulder, different angles of the elbow. Play with propping, support. And realize that this side does not have to look like the first side. Whatever this side needs, whatever feels good on this side. And letting yourself melt into the floor. Letting muscles hang off of bones. Bones rest on the floor. Trust that your body will hold together even when you stop trying.
Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. And then using those breaths to help you come out. And either taking active counter movement or simply lying in stillness, noticing the effects of that posture. Taking this time to transition however you best need to, whatever feels right, whatever your body needs. You can always squeeze in doing a physical therapy exercise that maybe you don't do enough of. So, for our next yin posture, we're going to be in a standing position and you're going to need something to lean against. Standing postures are not typical, but the nice thing about this is that we get a lot of gravity assistance. And of course, you still have to use just a little muscular tension to not completely fall over. And while the gravity is really going to help us, you also have to be very careful to not go too far. So use those props, set yourself up in such a way that you're getting some gravity assistance in a passive stretch, but that gravity isn't going to take you too deep into the stretch, that it should still feel very subtle. So with only my bookshelf as a prop, I'll begin and then I'll add some of my options. So with my butt towards my bookshelf, in your case maybe you have a better wall, leaning my butt against it, just folding forward. I can have my knees completely locked out, nice and straight. We can do that again because we're not doing any force and we're not moving. Or a soft bend. The nice thing about fully locked is that it's easier to release tension in your quads and have them be nice and relaxed. With a soft bend, the quads have to be slightly engaged, not completely crumple. But if that feels safer and more comfortable on your knees, go for it. Other option is to turn around the other way and lean against the bookshelf this way. And then in many cases, lots of propping options. So one is simply if the heels come off the ground or feels like too much tension on the lower leg, I can lift the heels. If there's too much pressure, right, just giving yourself some padding. And then if you just need some support so you're not feeling like you're going too deep. And it works in the other direction as well. So I can give myself padding, although less likely when you're using your butt. Right? And I could pad underneath the heels, although in this angle position, we're less likely to need padding underneath the heels. But if you're feeling like you like this position, but you're not getting enough in the lower leg and in the foot, you could prop the feet up. And then you might feel, again, that there's too much gravity, and I might use my forearms. I might just put my forehead there and go ahead and get creative and find entirely new ways to prop. Try your stuff and I will let you know when we start our clock. This one is more intense. We will only stay in this position for about 1.5 minutes.
I'll let you know when that starts. Go ahead and use this time to make any last adjustments, or if you found your place, just to get a little wiggle, get a little movement in. We'll start in about 15 seconds. Not to rush, just keep you aware. So settle into your position, feeling supported. Bring your attention into your breath. Allow yourself to feel safe. Allow your body to naturally find some length and openness. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Use this breath to gently reactivate, and you might do it very slowly if you really enjoyed where you are. Just begin by maybe wiggling the toes, picking up the heels, picking up the toes. If you're ready to get out of it more quickly, you can unwind a little bit more quickly, but always gently, always one piece at a time. You may choose to come up to a standing position, or you might choose to bend the knees and come into a squatting position. If I stand up, I go off the camera, so I will probably never demonstrate a standing thing, a fully standing upright. But go ahead, if you want to do a standing pose, that's okay. Taking whatever transition time you need. Come over here by pigeon. So for this next yin posture, our last yin posture, I'm going to be on my back. Even with minimal propping, you'll need something to put underneath your hips. So from my back, I'm going to have my knees bent, feet flat on the floor. I'm going to gently press my feet down to the ground and lift my hips. I'm going to slide my prop underneath my tailbone, and you can do it at a very low setting or a higher setting. It doesn't have to be a block. It could be just a rolled up towel. But wherever you are, whatever you're using, make sure the prop is as low down on your spine as you can, as to the very end of your tailbone. If it gets even a little bit too high up, your hips will drop off, your spine will arch. No good, not comfortable, not beneficial, not for this. So from here, we're gonna have one leg on the ground and one leg up. So I could be in this position here, opening up my left hip flexor and just leaving my right leg on the ground. I might
bring my right leg up and give it a hug. I might use another prop or strap to hold on to it. And I'm set up here by my bookshelf because one of my favorite things to do is to use my bookshelf or a doorway. Doorways work well. There we go. Just readjusting my position here. There we go. To prop my foot up. With my leg in position, my upper leg, I can really open up and experiment with where the other leg is to feel that opening in the front of the right hip. We want to start here and move down towards the knee and up towards the ribs. Long lines. I might leave the right leg bent, or I might straighten the leg up. So wherever you are, whether you're propping up high or just giving it a hug or leaving it on the ground, one leg opening on one side. Getting yourself nice and set.
And then allowing yourself to settle in and be supported. Simply watch your body unfold and open and shift. Every time your mind wanders, you feel tension creeping back in, urge to fidget. Bring your awareness back to your breath.
Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. And gently coming out of the posture, the higher leg, aiding it to release. Getting so both feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent. Gently squeeze the glutes, press into the floor so that you can lift the hips and release the prop, lowering the hips to the ground. Taking that transition time. And then doing it the other side, because if I were doing this myself, I would just move to a part of the room in which I could prop my other leg up, the other side of the bookshelf, or like I said, a door frame works well. But in this case, I will demonstrate without the bookshelf. I'll also say I've done a variation of this where one leg is hanging off the edge of the bed and the other leg is propped up. So many ways you can play with this. So lifting the hips, finding the prop, and high. It doesn't have to be higher is not better, right? It all depends. There are so many variables, not just the height, what you're doing with each leg. So it's not about higher is better. One leg opening in the front, other leg compressing and coming up. And even as you hold your leg, you can hold it in different ways. Playing with how you hold your leg, how it's propped, playing with what the lower leg is doing, playing with different height settings.
And then settling in. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. And when you're ready, placing your feet on the ground, squeezing the glutes, pressing into your feet, lifting the hips, releasing your prop, lowering the hips to the ground. And then taking that transition time, you might stay on your back. This is our last little transition before our relaxation. So if you want to do something more active, if you are craving a downward dog, taking whatever transition you feel like you need before our relaxation.
you're ready, getting set up on the floor, you might choose to have props underneath your knees. You might choose to curl up in a blanket, something under your head or neck. Maybe something soft covering your eyes. In a neutral, supported, comfortable position. One without even subtle stretch. Allowing your body to feel completely at ease. Imagine a small ball of white light floating above your brain. Wherever this small ball of white light touches or passes through, it spreads ease, comfort, peace. Imagine this small ball of white light descending into your midbrain. Watch it as it slides down behind your eyes, into your throat, and into your chest. Wherever this small ball of light touches or passes through, spreads a sensation of comfort, of peace, and ease. Watch it as it slides over to your right shoulder, right elbow, wrist, thumb, first finger, second, third, fourth. Slides through the palm of your hand to your wrist, elbow, shoulder, chest. Slides over to your left shoulder, left elbow, wrist, thumb, first finger, second finger, third, fourth. Slides through the palm of your hand to your wrist, elbow, shoulder, chest. Ball of light, spreading comfort and ease, slides down through your abdomen, behind your navel, through your pelvic bowl to your tailbone. Slides over to your right hip, right knee, ankle, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth. Slides through the sole of your foot to your ankle, knee, hip, tailbone. Slides over to your left hip, left knee,
ankle, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth, through the sole of your foot to your ankle, knee, hip, tailbone, it slides up through your pelvis, behind your navel, through your abdomen, into your chest, into your throat, up behind your eyes, and settles in your midbrain. Gently lengthen and deepen your breath. Feel these active breaths send energy towards those fingers and toes. Spread fingers and toes. Squeeze them in tight. Rolling wrists and ankles. And stretch out long and big on the floor before curling in tight as a ball. Roll onto your side. And from your side, use your arms to help you sit up gently. We'll conclude with 3 breaths together, inhaling through the nose and exhaling audibly out the mouth. Together, in through the nose. In through the nose. One more. Thank you to the 3 of you who are here. YouTube just gives us a number. It's always nice to get a hello, a good night, a thank you in the live chat. And then, as I said in the beginning, we can only keep this going with active support. So there's only a couple of you here right now, but I don't know who's watching this, the recording. So remember that whether you're watching it live or on recording, you've got 3 ways that you can support us and let us know that this is worth continuing, that you appreciate it. So the first one is simply to communicate. Let us know any way you want. So whether it's Instagram or Facebook, or you can email me. It's Kym, Kym, @zested.net. You just say thanks. If it was a live in-person class, usually you thank people when you leave the class. So I'd love just to know that you appreciate it. But you can also just let me know, what was your favorite pose? What's a favorite prop? Anything that you would like to share. And then share it with friends and family. So option number 2 for showing us your support is just a one-time donation. It's paypal.me/zested. Even just $5 is a way for you to let us know that you appreciate it. Buy us a beer, buy us a coffee. And then the third option is to become a sustaining member on Patreon. It's patreon.com/zested. For $10 a month, you become a sustaining member. Means it really keeps it free for everyone. It means I don't need to put this behind some paywall and big registration fee and all that stuff. And then Patreons also get bonus videos. So just before this, we filmed 2 more bonus videos, and those will go out this coming week. And if you are a Patreon member, let me know what you think of them. Let me know what you'd like to see in future months. So those are the 3 ways you can support us. You can support Pigeon. You can buy her some catnip or a new toy. She was very good this time. Yeah. Pigeon, it's time to say goodbye to everyone. And hopefully my allergies will be better. I sneezed in the middle of this. I don't know if anyone noticed that. Thank you for joining us. Love to hear from you. Have a wonderful night.